everybody. You can call me Truskulls, and welcome back to Control. When we last left off, um, we got a gun that is alive, and we became the ruler of this here domain. Hey, yo, this is my personal space. That's a little rude and kind of creepy. You just walking up to me and standing so close and not saying anything. I'm gonna walk away now. And, yeah, we're gonna learn some more about, exactly what all this means.
Don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door
Thank
to the
you.
comms department?
Oh.
The hotline should be in the communications department.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the
I would
oldest
like to
house
point
is a
out that
sprawling
Jessie looked like
complex
she was
with
lying just then.
openings to other places
No, I have
as
no
well.
proof of this,
I don't
but,
even know where to start looking.
you know.
But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily. You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door.
Okay. This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data.
Yo, that's fucked.
That's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah.
I ain't giving you my gun.
Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Man, she had this shit in
she
the
memorize
barrel
this?
ready to go.
Got it. Thanks. So HRA stop you from becoming Hiss?
It seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
He definitely seems like he knew more than he was letting on.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
Ooh, what's in the nostalgia department?
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Do I have level 1 clearance yet? No, I'm the director of the place, but I don't even have level 1 clearance. Oh. Hi. Oh boy. I guess they can't see through windows. Week 83 report. Summary. Visited the following Nevada accommodations: Desert Sun Inn, Big Sky Motel, Starlight Motel, In and Out, Aztec Court, Sleep E-Bear Motel, Silver Spurs Ranch, El Gato Blanco Inn, A Plus Lodge. Expenditures: accommodation $831.29, meals $714.84, gasoline $295.12, minibar $313.61. I do wonder if a motel called the Ocean View is going to be found in a landlocked state. But hey, I guess I'm not paid to think, right? And for the record, I again request that you give us the budget to get 2 rooms each night. Agent Rowley and myself are very tired of sleeping in the same room. See you on the road, Agent L. Hines. Note, the boys in research said performing rituals may help identify any places of power. Drinking those little whiskeys is my ritual. Oh, right, I'm being shot at. Was that it? Whoa! Hey, how's it going? Oh, fuck! Give me them healths! Ah! Anyway, this is a cool fucking room. Federal Bureau of Control, please be aware. Due to recent fluctuations in the nearest control point, this area's stability has been downgraded to yellow. Reference chart. Green, stable. Yellow, low possibility of unanticipated building shifts. Orange, high likelihood of unanticipated building shifts. Red, frequent. Hey, communications. Oh. Well then. I guess let's go to Dead Letters then. Bring it on, motherfuckers! Oh shit. Woo. Fuck your shield. Oh, hi. All right. Mr. Governor, I called the police, but they never come to my house. I got a problem, and you gotta send folk to fix it. I got my wife one of them singing fishes on the walls. It's not a real fish. It sings when you hit a button. But it's got the devil in it. It flies around at night and sings devil songs. Says lots of cuss words. The devil got in my house because of the fish, and you gotta come handle it. My wife is real upset. When can he come? Sincerely, Dwayne Barr. So that's what Dead Letters is.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but One exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
Whoa. Wow. That's amazing. He launched a cup, guys. Hello, avid readers. The Bureau Book Bunch will convene at the usual spot in the corner table of the cafeteria at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, currently discussing Unless You by J.D. Brooks. Everyone should get their reviews to me by Monday before lunch, so I can generate some conversation starters before the meeting. Happy reading, Penny Barwell. The Threshold Kids! This is my favorite show. Very much a reference to Candle Cove. I would just like to point that out.
Hey, Meg! What's wrong? My mom's dead. I'm so sorry, Meg. What happened? I don't know. He blacked it out. It's like the director says. Confidential and children don't start at sea.
Oh my god.
Dad says my mama went missing in action. She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
I'll help you look, Topher. We'll find your mama together.
I've never found all of those episodes, at least I don't think I have, so I have no idea where that story plot goes. Federal Bureau of Control. Greetings, Director Trench. I'd like to thank you for approving my request for the Dead Letters Archive. Cataloging the Bureau's collection of delinquent mail will provide an extremely handy database that research teams can use to search for any connections or related topics found among the letters. Aside from the more functional purposes, the archive will allow us to preserve these windows into authentic human encounters in the paranatural world. The letters came to us from various places and times, gathered by the Postal Service as undeliverable. The Bureau is the perfect home for them. I realize not all letters contain accounts of genuine paranatural events, but even the erroneous ones allow us insight into how the unknown is perceived by real people. Of course, I will first compile a system to allow us to analyze the letters for any information or suspected connections to AWEs and other altered materials. So, thank you again. Can't wait to delve into Dead Letters. P. Bartwell. Oh, what's this? To whom it may concern, I am being contacted by the past presidents of the United States of America. They appear as spirit guides, giving me their wisdom. John Adams keeps saying I need to fix America, but I can't really understand him. They all have a lot of opinions. People tell me I'm imagining it, but Theodore Roosevelt showed me how to fix my lawnmower, and I don't know a thing about lawnmowers. Explain that! I have great dead men telling me about the past and the present. If you'd like to use my abilities to help to run the government, please let me know. I know the White House could use me. Yours in earnest, James Bartholomew.
Communications. We're on the right track.
Blood. We're on the right track.
Object of power. Looks like the hiss of last
Whoa!
time.
Whoa!
Cleanse it.
Okay, cleanse the object of power! Oh my. Alright, let's go! Yo, chill the fuck out! Chill the fuck out, bro! Chill, chill. It's all good, bro. It's all good. The floppy disk nuke can be bound to gain launch telekinesis. Teach us to believe,
It's
Director.
harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
Call me Director and I'll fire your ass. Alright. Whoa, okay. Why aren't you hitting them? What the fuck? God, I love telekinesis. That's better. The hiss noise is burrowing into our astral plane's secret base. You must stop. Mute them, Director. The floppy disk is now bound. Delivered. The hiss antagonist is seeking our astral
There
plane.
you are. You were gone. Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me
Time
fight
to
the hiss.
fuck 'em up. Whoop! Ouch! Ah! Oh. Alright, so we have telephonesis. This is awesome. Floppy disk, OOP5. Containment procedure must be contained in a cell with no other loose material. Description, para-utility. The object is an 8-inch diskette containing Soviet-era nuclear launch codes. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to telekinetically lift material and throw it a short distance. See Dr. Darling, presentation 11.15 for more information. The object is currently bound to redacted for research purposes. Background. Stolen from a Soviet military base located and redacted by agents redacted with the CIA. The diskette contained launch codes to redacted missiles, believed to be reserved for use against redacted. After being returned to America, the diskette began throwing computational hardware at members of the decoding team. An informant in the CIA tipped the Bureau off, and it was requisitioned by agents the next day. Oh no, the spooky noises. We all know that that means something bad. I will take this broom with me, and it will be my deadliest weapon. Watcha! Hey, lady. Hey, lady. I'm a little lost. Could you give me directions to the communications department? Up to
Emily
the
said that
mailroom.
the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Reinformation campaign summary of Willow AWE, the scissors, the vampire scissors. National news sites have begun publishing the story of the polar bear attack on the Alaskan town. You all know I don't like to boast, but claiming that the family was killed by migrating polar bears desperate for food because their ecosystem is being ruined by global warming was a stroke of genius. Using current ecological concerns makes the public much less likely to redact it. So another AWE behind us, and the public is none the wiser. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can stop monitoring redacted for any off-message opinions, but it looks like we're in the clear. Tomasi out. Okay, shut up. Oh, hi! Where did you come from? What the fuck? Where did they come from? Fucker. Dude, even the fucking ceiling lamps have fucking physics. This is so cool. I don't have level 1 clearance yet.
Locked. Maybe there's a key nearby.
Oh, hey.
This must open the door.
Ooh, what do we got?
You're listening to America Overnight, mystifying the airwaves for more than 29 years. Thank you for staying up with us. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us of hauntings, voices, and other phantasmagorical phenomena. Today, friend of the show, Dr. Quincy Reagan, tells his story. Quincy, thanks. This is something I experienced recently while staying at the Chili Pines Motel in Macon for last year's Suspicion Con. I was in room 47. The night manager, an avid listener of the program, insisted I take this particular room. Now, the manager explained that years back, the body of a man was discovered under the bed, inside that wooden border that motel beds tend to have. And the body had been there a week, he said. Guests had stayed there, sleeping with the corpse a foot below. They only found the body when housekeepers complained about the smell. It's been reported in room 47 ever since. I happily took the room. I fell asleep pretty quick. Of course, no ghosts visited. No chilly spots or flickering lights. But
That's so cool.
I woke up. I found myself under the bed. It was dark and stiflingly hot. Luckily, I was able to push the mattress off and crawl out and suffocate. The night manager was kind enough to find me another room. There you have it, listeners. What we call ghosts take many forms. Quincy was brave enough to tell his story, and I encourage you to keep calling and writing whenever you encounter something strange, something you can't explain. Maybe you're seeing colors that we have no name for. Maybe your toaster is possessed. Remember, dear listeners, when no one else believes you, we do. America Overnight, we'll be right back.
That's fucking brilliant. That is such a brilliant fucking way to get some X-Files in your cabinet. Oh shit! That's it? Okay. I got clearance level 1 again. Clearance level 1. Yay! Pay attention, Alberto. This is the last time I'm explaining this. Internal lockdowns are manually triggered events that lock one or all of the sectors by restricting use of the sector elevator, effectively locking staff in their sector until the emergency is handled. They can only be lifted via the directorial override and maintenance once the director is satisfied that the situation is under control. External lockdowns are a big deal. Bigger deal. Nothing in or out of the whole building. It's only triggered by a code red containment breach based on some complicated system that security and research slapped together. It can only be lifted once A, the threat has been neutralized, and B, a high clearance individual gives the system the all clear. This process is not the same as the directorial override, so stop saying so in documentation. I know it's confusing as hell. I've told Darling 100 times to change it, but they're adamant it stays the way it is. Honestly, I don't think they even know how to change it at this point. Let's just make sure our staff understand how this mess all works. Okay? Marshall. Oh! Oh! Holy shit! What does this say? System security evaluation confirmed data breach. Summary. Last month our on-site server experienced an intrusion by unauthorized users. After a thorough investigation, it was confirmed that the users only accessed a video file which contained portions of various Dr. Darling presentations. Investigators were able to track the users through their IP addresses. The following are the confirmed identities of the users. Patrick I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Rubens Arto Christopher Mills Bowling, and these individuals are in breach of Bureau Code 91 and have been placed under surveillance by our external investigation team. Further action is pending. Ah! I forgot about you. Nice try. Is that the chick from Loki? The clock face chick. I forget her name. Alright, what do we got? Yep, I saw that coming a mile away. Let's go!
Great.
Ah! Ah, give me the health! You son of a... Oh, fuck. Shit! Alright, let's try that again.
Flying. Great.
Ah! You son of a... Ah! Oh, fuck. Gotcha, bitch! Yeah, you run away, you little bitch! You little... bitch!
He'll be back.
Ah, I'm sure he will.
Let's stay focused.
Oh my god, that's a lot of dead bodies and a lot of blood. That's okay, I'm desensitized to it by now. Even though I've, just arrived in this building. I've only been here for maybe a couple hours. Oh. Oh, I hear it.
Alright, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds that an altered item would show up inside a U.S. embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
Butte, AWE 17. Event summary. A spate of disappearances was traced to a home in the city of Butte, where Bureau agents discovered a translocative light switch cord. Event response. Bureau agents arrived at the home of a local celebrity, located at Redacted, which had been connected to a total of redacted disappearances in the area. Agents found no one inside. While searching the closet, an agent pulled the light switch cord and disappeared from view. Another agent was selected to pull the cord in order to replicate the event. He disappeared as well. Both agents were discovered at the oldest house, redacted days later. Found in a sealed room by rangers exploring a new area of the house. The light switch cord in the Butte home's closet disappeared during this incident. I hear ya. I'll answer in a second. Oh no, he's dead.
The hotline's...
Why did the ringing stop? Oh, okay.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream logic. The light switch cord. The door marked with the Black Pyramid.
Whoa. Have we been here before? No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country. On the road, on the run, under the radar.
There he
This
is.
feels like
He's
all
right
of them,
behind
like
this door.
something recognized from a dream.
He's right behind this door, and I can't get to him.
Hello?
Huh?
Anyone here?
Oh. Oh.
Key has a black pyramid on it.
A black pyramid, you say? Why is this giving me Boogeyman 2 vibes? Where the fuck am I? This is not where I started. Butte, AWE 17. According to their testimony, the agents had been transported from the Butte home to a roadside motel named the Ocean View Motel and Casino, and discovered a room key by performing a ritual. See file MOT number 1. The key opened a door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which they only learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. After pulling another motel cord found inside this room, they were transported to the oldest house. The disappearances of the home's owner and the other locals of Butte have been attributed to the light switch cord. The Ocean View Motel is now known to have many doors and pathways. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cords to the one found in the Butte home have begun appearing throughout the oldest house. At the time of writing, redacted light cords have been found in the oldest house, located in the redacted and redacted sectors. These all access the Ocean View Motel, though how exactly this link operates is redacted, but initial hypothesis Center on the Butte AWE as a redacted. See Dr. Darling presentation 24.3. Oh no, I'll check that on my own time. The hotline Seashell is a transmitter, bridge. Directors can call the board long distance. Complete astral plane. Okay, let's do it. I hear you, bud. I'm coming. If you don't get there in 6 rings, it goes to voicemail. I can't let it happen. Well done, dial director. You can contact us, past selves, in the hotline collectibles menu. We expect compulsive weekly calls.
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo. An echo with important
We have a lot
info.
of,
I need to get back to Emily.
we have a lot of hotlines to catch up on.
People react strongly when I tell them about you. Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
We're back in the director's office. What? Also, this wasn't here before. What's this? To all executive staff, I know there is some concern regarding our operations exceeding the annual budget. So long as we operate within the oldest house, we are obscured from scrutiny in many respects. If our budget demands are not exorbitant to the point of drawing attention, then they will be granted by the U.S. Treasury without question. The FBC is just another line and another spreadsheet that some lowly accountant won't even notice. Their eyes will skip over us as if we weren't even there. The nature of the oldest house allows us certain freedoms in how we operate. Our being here is no accident. Regards, Zachariah Trench, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. This fucking clock! Central Exec! What's with all the sticky notes? Alright, everybody, I'm gonna see you in the next one. Goodbye!